So NesTea is up 1-0 after taking that first set. Set number 2 is on Jungle Basin.
NesTea.
There is the introduction of NesTea. He is our red Zerg down at the bottom right corner in the 5 o'clock location. Blue Terran, upper left at 11 o'clock is KangJiYoung.
This map actually is quite unfamiliar for me, but I know that there's an in-base expansion, and I'm really hoping the Terran is going to do something different than doing this one-base play now. Just because his own expansion is going to be protected from any certain harass early on, so he should be like able to expand this time. And maybe try to do a stronger mid-game push right before the mutant count gets too big is often what the Terran wants to do here.
I think that last game, as you mentioned, the Hylian rush, or the Hylian drop, I should say, really was ineffective. Of course, had that been able to get through unspotted, then we probably would have seen a different game.
Yeah, but I mean, the way the game played out, he obviously knew that he wouldn't get any good harass going. I mean, he's playing against a good Zerg player, and he saw the Overlords were spotting him all the way, and so he should really change his plan then. But he just kept on, like as I said yesterday. The Korean guys, they practice certain strategies and you just go for it. I mean, they're really bad sometimes at adapting to the current game situation.
Well, let's talk about the battle cruiser play that he went with. It seemed a little bit unorthodox to me. Call me crazy, I'm not a StarCraft II player to these guys' level, obviously. Did you see that as being a silly mistake, or is it something that's understandable but perhaps not recommended?
No, I mean, if the Hylian harass had been good, right, and he had killed some drones and delayed the tech and delayed the spire, or there will be less roaches, less spine crawlers, whatever, then that push might have worked, right? But since the harass didn't work and he couldn't slow down the Zerg's economy, there was no way that push would ever work.
So he should have, at that point, switched to a different strategy.
Yeah, at that point, when he realized that this play is not going to work, he should have tried to do something else.
All right, let's see if KangJiYoung is able to adapt better in this set.
Yeah, I can mention that the Zerg went a very economic play. He went 15 hatch, 15 pool. So even 14 hatch, I didn't catch that bad.
Well, his spawning pool is just now complete. SCV still hanging around to check things out.
I'm happy to see the Terran is also kind of fast expanding, doing 1 Rex, 1 command center. It's a very good build on this map, I think.
So we might be in for a little bit longer of a contest this time around. We'll see how effective KangJiYoung is going to be playing a macro game this time.
Yeah, as I said, he's going for that timing window. He's not going to go for that timing window right before mutant counts gets bigger than 10-12. He needs to hit the Zerg base, and I think that's what he's going for right now.
Zerglings chasing the SCV away. Partly want to get... Oh, might be able to get a cheap kill here. A little disappointing in the SCV control. And...
Actually, it's much harder to avoid getting that SCV kill. In StarCraft 1, the SCV was actually the same speed as the Zergling, but in StarCraft 2 it's actually slower, so he will always catch up anyways. So that's kind of the reason why in StarCraft 2 it's harder to keep the scouts alive.
Okay, you know what, and I would say that that's a good part of the game. Because, I mean, in all honesty, attack units should be a little bit faster, especially base units.
Yes, and especially with the Zerg, with the creep, they get really fast.
3 barracks build going for KangJiYoung right now. Roach, first one out for NesTea. Oh, nope, check that, third one out. It doesn't appear that NesTea is doing anything too terribly different from the last set, whereas, of course, KangJiYoung is going completely different.
I mean, it's very interesting to see how the Zerg adapts this game. He's getting metabolic boosts before lair this time because he's expecting, he knows that the Terran is going to go more infantry, seeing the fast expansion, seeing, yeah, just by the knowledge of the game, I guess. And so he's getting the surging speed to counter that instead of getting a lot of roaches for against Hellions. You know, just a couple of roaches and then getting the speed, getting the lair, and going for the banelings. That is the perfect counter against what Terran is doing right now.
Baneling nest on the way. A quick scan to take a peek at what is going on over in NesTea's base. That prompts KangJiYoung to go on the offensive. Spotter Zergling out there to take a look, and he's going to know that this is coming. Probably will add some spine crawlers and some extra units just to help defend.
And this is going to be really hard for the Zerg to hold, actually, because he barely has gotten his Baneling nest up, and it's now morphing the Banelings, and with the proper micro from the Terran, this might actually be game winning.
And here come all the Marines, Roaches and Zerglings. Is going to come down to control here, and a good control here by KangJiYoung. Backs off in time. He's got his Marines all in one good pack too.
He needs to have a couple of more orders, 4 or 5 more orders also in that mix, just to shield him from the Banelings, and also the more orders are really good against Roaches. So I don't understand, he's only massing up Marines. If he had a couple of more orders, I think that push would be a lot more effective.
Banelings now in play for NesTea. And this spotter Marine is killed quite easily, but actually going down to the bottom side is the pack of Marines, perhaps hiding out for a backdoor entrance.
This is not a good position for the Terran. He's backed up in a corner, and it's going to take a long time for him to kill the destructible rocks. I think the Zerg is going to, and the Zerg has all the way of like flanking him 2 ways now.
And look at this trap, all cornered with his back against the wall. Baneling's coming in as well. Oh, it's a total rout here, and KangJiYoung has completely lost his army of units. Boy, talk about being backed into a corner.
Yeah, I mean, and he knew that the Zerg had spotted him. I killed an Overlord there, and he knew that the Zerg was doing it, and he knew he had only Marines. I mean, this is a good player here would have been more patient and actually waited for a better army composition to actually handle the Zerg army. But I mean, I guess this is what differs a good player from a bad player.
NesTea on the counterattack, thinks about it, realizes there's more Marines there than he would like there to be, and backs off for the moment. Banelings, however, are ready to go, and let's see if this is enough to make him change his mind.
Yeah, actually, it's very strange that the Terran felt like that he had to attack, because he was 2 base against 2 base Zerg, and then there is no reason for the Terran to be aggressive.
I have to agree with you there, although on that note, NesTea has now since expanded up to the 3 o'clock location.
Yeah, but then he should have gone to the 3 o'clock next position and try to stop that expansion, not go suiciding in a position where he obviously was going to get flanked or put in a corner, right?
A bad dream that was for those Marines that were stuck there, nowhere to go. I think certainly hoping that that rock debris had a fewer hit points than it had.
And the Marines takes like forever to shoot down those rockets, even if he had like 20 of them.
And taking a peek here are some Roaches, checking it out. Oh, Medivacs heading out. Oh boy, the Medivacs have left, and that's going to allow all of these Banelings to come and completely wipe out this base. Oh, a horrible timing for the Medivacs to take the Marines away. And this could very well be GG now. The Medivacs are still going to go to the 3 o'clock expansion and try to take it out, but look at this! Down goes the command center! Command center is gone in the main, and that should be it. Oh, I don't know if there's anything else that KangJiYoung can do. Even if he gets this expansion, obviously it's not going to be as effective as losing your main base that is still under attack.
Actually the Terran is not awful position right now. He still has a mining base somewhat, and he has a standing army, but his food count is 30 less than Zerg, and he has no way of replenishing it, so I think it's pretty much over for the Terran, but it was a valid effort, and there was not much he could do once he had loaded the dropship.
Banelings underneath waiting for those Marines to drop somewhere, and as they do, immediately taken out. Here's some extra units from the front side. Zerglings coming out to meet them. Couple of spine crawlers there to help out as well. And he really needs to do some heavy damage here to make a difference. Well, we'll see. Perhaps a little bit of life left in him still. 3 spine crawlers, 2 of them now still alive. Drones actually coming out to help. And the attack, by the way, still on at the expansion here. This might be an elimination game. It could be an elimination game we have here. The last couple of Marines being hunted down by these Zerglings. Is this going to be it? Yes, it is. There's GG. And NesTea has advanced to the round of 32, 2-0. He wins in this round of 64. A great effort by NesTea. Some regretful mistakes on the hand of KangJiYoung, perhaps just a little bit impatient at key moments. And you talk about timing in a game like StarCraft II, and timing, impatience, really his Achilles heel today.
It showed that the Terran player was a little bit inexperienced, probably also a little bit nervous playing on a big stage. Maybe, I don't know, because some of the decisions he made didn't make no sense at all for me, at least. I mean, the way he moved out, the way he kind of like panicked and tried to go around when he saw that he couldn't go up the ramp. So I don't know why. He had no reason to go attack when he was too busy.
All right, well, the end result is that NesTea goes on to a 2-0 victory. We're going to be back with an interview with them in a moment.